Hello, my name is Danny. I'm an associate professor with an international university. I also run a consulting practice, and I've been asked to have a very brief talk with you today about learning pathways, education pathways. I'm going to start with something that sounds a little bit academic-y, but just bear with me. This is one of my favourite sayings or quotes from Iris Murdoch, who is a British novelist and philosopher. Education doesn't make you happy, nor does freedom. We don't become happy just because we're free, if we are, or because we've been educated, if we have, but because education may be the means by which we realise we are happy. It opens our eyes, our ears. It tells us where delights are lurking, convinces us that there is only one freedom of any importance whatsoever, that of the mind, and gives us the assurance, the confidence to walk the path our mind, our educated mind offers. Look, I really like that, because my interpretation and of this is not to encourage you to get a bachelor degree. It talks about being inquisitive and the value that you can create in yourself and others through learning, whether it's a formal pathway, a certificate, a diploma, advanced diploma, degrees, etc., or simply asking questions and getting the answer to a particular question that you have. Education doesn't make you happy, nor does freedom. It opens up your mind to opportunities to learn and to think and to grow. I really like that. I've got a couple of statistics I'd like to talk you through of the value of learning and why learning is so important for you as an individual and as an organisation. What you're looking at up there is some recent statistics from the Gallup report. It's the State of the Australian and New Zealand Workplace. It was released late last year, and it talks about how engaged people are in the workplace. And as you can see, in Australia, across the board, only 20% of individuals are thriving at work, highly engaged. 67% are quietly quitting. Doesn't mean they're quitting. It means that they're turning up to work, but they're not bringing 100% every day. It's sort of like just another day on the job, and they're just sort of ticking over. And of course, 13% are loudly quitting, so they are actively looking for other work. And it's fairly similar in New Zealand, as you can see. Some good news here. People that are quietly quitting, the ones that are not overly engaged, they're very easy to shift them from a quietly quitting position to a highly engaged position. And these are the statistics and the information that are highly relevant to what we just spoke about. What we're looking at the moment is LinkedIn Learning 2023 Workplace Learning Report. Again, it was released late last year. It's still valid today. 93% of organisations, if you look to the left of the screen, 93% of organisations are concerned about employee retention. The number one way organisations are looking to improve retention is to provide learning opportunities. Okay? On the right side of the screen, people who aren't learning will leave. So LinkedIn Learning, thousands and thousands of responders. These are the top 5 factors that people consider to either stay in a job and or to look for another job. Number 1 is compensation and benefits. Yes, we all like to be paid well. Flexibility to work where and when I want. It's great. However, it's very contextual depending on the type of work you do, where it's located, etc. But the next 3, challenging and impactful work. Do people understand the value that they can bring every day to their job? If it's even if it's a repetitive job, if someone can understand the value of what they're doing on a daily basis, it helps them to understand that their job can be impactful, which builds meaning and joy in the workplace. Opportunities for career growth within the company. Now look, not everybody wants to climb that corporate ladder, but some people do. So organisations provide career growth opportunities to allow those to keep applying themselves, keep learning, so they can see that there's something next week, next month, next year for them. And the last one, number 5, the top 5, is opportunities to learn and develop new skills. It's really, really imperative that there are opportunities for people to learn and develop new skills every single day. Okay? Now, here's the rub. Don't wait for a learning opportunity. Create one. If there's an opportunity for you to go down a formal learning pathway, like a certificate, a diploma, or an advanced diploma, excellent. Do that, because these are curated, structured learning programs that are designed to support you, and there's a lot of homework done for you. But if that's not available to you, or maybe that's not of interest to you at the moment, create a different type of learning opportunity. Be curious about what goes on around you, because the more that you can learn about what you do and the value that you create, the more engaged you are in the workplace. Here's something. I haven't been out to visit your area of operations yet, but I had a look on Google and I saw some images, and I'm assuming there's a laydown area, or there's a logical way that the trucks enter and they exit, and you've got your warehousing set up in a particular way. Did you know that the science behind how and why you do things in warehousing was created in around the late 1800s by a person called Frederick Winslow Taylor? Frederick Winslow Taylor worked with Henry Ford and created the production line. Now, the concept's called Taylorism, and basically it's a production line concept. Whether it's a straight line or got some curves in it, the concept is from beginning to the end of an organization's workflow, it's set up in a way that it's the most agile and efficient, and every single person is aware of what they do and the impact that what they do has on someone else. If that is an idea that goes through the whole organization, that everyone knows what they do and the value that they can create, it increases productivity and efficiency, and people just love being at work. Now, your warehouse and your workplace, the design of it was based on something that was created in the 1800s. Now, I find that pretty cool, that somebody's done some research and then they've found that. There is so much around you that I would encourage you to start becoming curious about. And I use the term learnable. Someone that is voraciously, that really actively looks for opportunities to learn something, because it fills your mind, and it allows you to have a much better understanding of the value that you can create. Okay? I want to leave you with this. This is probably my favorite quote by Alvin Toffler, who's a futurist. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay? I don't know what you like with data and information, but I'm nearly 60 and I'm struggling with this AI and lots of information, but I try hard to keep on top of it. Whether you decide to go down a formal learning pathway, like the certificates and diplomas, advanced diplomas, etc., or you just take the opportunity to go, why is that like that? I'd like to know a little bit more, and you ask some questions. Be open to learning, because once you start learning more about yourself and others around you and your workplace, you start to becoming a lot more engaged, because you can see the value that you personally create. And that's what learning does for you, and that's what education does for you. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me.